Hello teacups, what's brewing? Before we get too far, let's address the elephant in the room. I got a little out of hand with my makeup today. Yeah, I went a bit far. I put the lip on and then I realised I probably should have made this a nude. Oh well, I'm committed to my mistakes. But it is appropriate for the Calling All Vampires Live that we're looking at today. My 16-year-old wannabe goth is living, you guys. I did have a choice of videos today. I could have done her latest update, which was a story time with a big ass burrito about the away program she did when she was a teenager. And it was fine. She's told us about that before, really. And when she started going, oh, everyone here was a stereotype. And I'm like, well, either you didn't get to know everyone very well, or you're making shit up. And you know, I love that. Though I will say, oh, that was a bit difficult. Although I will say the actual program itself sounds like a really great opportunity for young people in Canada. I don't know if it still runs. I hope it still does. But she doesn't seem to have made much of it. But she clearly enjoys it. She harkens back to it a lot. And that's nice for her. So I'll watch it, but I may not end up reacting to it. But let's go back to this live. I chose this one just because it had more now information, you know? So it's quite a long video, so let's get into it. I don't understand, she hasn't said anything yet, I'm reacting. Sorry. Oh, my freeze frames, hello there. I don't understand why she didn't turn her light on. She says repeatedly in this live that Pete was awake. There was no reason to sit in the dark, you know? And she got the light of the fridge there, and if that's not a huge allegory for her life, I don't know, but... No,
hello, Footbelly Kid.
Why was she kissing up to the camera then? She was doing this thing in her other one that nearly made me react. You know all this feeder talk just recently that she was like, I don't, but what if I did? And she just kept saying, oh, I hope I don't spill burritos on my boobs. And I was like, honey, I don't know if you're recruiting right now, but it ain't a good look.
Shell.
God, she looks ready to fall asleep.
Lucy. Nicole.
She was
my
like
camera
tired.
all wet. Hold on, guys.
God, look behind her. Look at that.
Gotta have the paper towel.
So the counter's wet, she's drying it off right now because she does dry her dishes there, doesn't she? But she's turned around to this angle because look how full the island is. I'm sorry, but look at it. Now, I imagine it's a catch-all place. When you come in, it's easy to dump things on an island. I do it at my dining room table, to be completely honest. It's easy for those kind of services to become just messy. But that's a pile of stuff. She needs to put her appliances away and just... She's got a fair amount of storage in her cupboard, but maybe do some organising, see if she can find better places, get some other storage, I don't know. But I think I'd get proper anxiety, like living in the clutter, but that might... Well, that's obviously not her. I was going to say that might not be her, that might just be a personal thing, but clearly it doesn't bother her as much.
Oh. So... oh, okay, Rara. You're just watching my videos, Donna? Thank you. I have it on age restriction so that we can talk about whatever we want. Well,
I read somewhere, I can't remember where it was, if it was in someone's comments or if it was on the farm, something. If you age restrict live streams, can you not get super chats? That's the impression I got from wherever I read the comment. And I was quite surprised by that. I wonder why. But she's trying to be so careful with YouTube right now, you guys, just because all the trouble. And so the fact that she did age restrict it surprised me, but I guess makes sense. Just protects her a little bit more.
don't worry about the little ones.
I'm sure there are a ton of little ones watching her videos.
Sorry for the lighting, but it's like 2:30 a.m. here. Hi, Alice in Wonderland.
We have this thing called electricity. You can turn it on, and then even if it's 2:30 in the morning, you can have light. I suspect she's just trying to hide the state of everything with the lower quality.
Alex, can you do another lush haul? Yes. I actually have one coming.
I can't believe someone requested one, but okay.
She's
got it coming,
Christina,
that's
if I
content.
missed you, sorry for that. Pete's is not in bed. No. I can call him down if you want. Chetna.
Please don't, but thank you.
So just
I'm glad she's at least not disturbing his sleep.
I have a late night snack. I guess this would be more like my, like lunch. I don't know.
God, what time did she get up?
Oh shit. I'm gonna have a yogurt. I was gonna have one of Pete's Kit Kats. You know what I do with his Kit Kats to warm them up because he keeps them in the fridge? I put it under my boob.
Why? For why? I put a Kit Kat under my boob. You know, if you leave a Kit Kat on the counter for like 10 minutes, it's gonna be fine. Like, you don't have to shove it under your boob, man.
I don't like cold chocolate.
Okay, so it's fine, but you can bring chocolate up to room temperature without smushing it between your body parts, yeah?
You'd love to say hey to Pete. Okay, I'll call him now. I know my house is it's so bad right now.
Mm-hmm.
Look at my counter.
Actually, now she's moved ahead, at least there is space at the end of the counter.
I need a proper pantry, that's why.
I don't know why she doesn't have
I'm trying to do...
I mean, she has a ton of storage space, but you can see she's got cupboards in the island, she's got cupboards above and below, and you see where those pictures are behind. She could stand just a freestanding cupboard. If she went to IKEA or something, and she got just one of the freestanding, you know, the glass front and the bottoms, she could fit a fair amount of sort of dry goods in there, and then that would sort her out. I know her kitchen's fairly narrow in the space she uses because the island's right there. There isn't a lot of space either side, but she's got enough that she could find some storage solutions there, I think, and it actually wouldn't need to cost that much. It doesn't take a lot to make it more usable, but personally I'd say clear out the cupboards and buy less crap, but if she needs storage, there are ways to do it, and she's been in there long enough.
This with one hand because my fridge is a very delicate ecosystem. It's like Jenga in there right now. About all this stuff for my videos.
What videos? She did post like a Peruvian dish that she'd taken from someone else's video the other day, so I don't know if she's going to do the food of the world thing again.
Today I was supposed to make instant pot lasagna soup, but I'm not in the mood for that. So instead with the beef, what I did today was made meatloaf.
This was yesterday's video, I think, but she made a meatloaf like within the last 2 or 3 days. It was a big old meatloaf. Now, I'm not going to say I'm shocked that it's gone, but I feel like there was enough meatloaf there. I mean, if you crave it, you crave it, but I was a little surprised to hear she'd made another.
I'm trying to convince myself to clean. I know it takes me a lot.
But you're so clean, you clean every day.
Honestly, this might sound bad, but what I usually have to do to motivate myself is watch a couple episodes of hoarding.
Wow. That's a thing. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure we've all seen an episode of hoarding and be like, maybe I'll clean the living room. I'm sure it does the job, but she went on about how she cleans every day. She's a very clean person. And just recently, we've been hearing a different story with this. And the other day, she said she does the bare minimum because she has to take lots of breaks when she cleans because cleaning is physically strenuous for her. And I'm like, the truth will out.
What do you think you're doing, big ass?
Screw you. Shaming.
So...
yeah.
I do like I make like a list of all the crap I need to do. I do one thing. Hi, Shavonda! Oof. And then I take a break. And then I do another thing and take a...
That's not a bad idea. I get very motivated by having a to-do list that I can check off. So sometimes saying, okay, if like, I've occasionally suffered with depression, and sometimes saying, okay, look, if you do nothing, just do this one thing, has been a way to get me to do that thing. So it's not a bad strategy.
Break. And then I'm like, oh, screw it, I did a lot today.
Oh, okay. Maybe less so then. But no, it's not a bad idea, but if I'm feeling particularly lazy or if I'm struggling a bit, what I tend to do is I'll have projects that I can do when I'm just sitting on the couch, when I'm just like, if I'm sorting things out, if I'm organizing socks, if I'm doing whatever it is I'm doing, I can just put those on the couch and I can sit there and I can have something playing on the TV. And it's not an active thing, it's just something I have to do. but then the bigger things you can do between them. So it's like you're having a break, but you're still actively achieving something.
Oh, the 20s one? I'm like, I need to come up with more ideas.
Oh, I love the 20s one.
You guys want to help me with that?
Unashamedly,
For like
guys.
time warp theme kind of videos? I can't think of anything like...
I want the time warp.
It's hard because a lot of costumes are not plus size as well. So I have to...
There are a lot of costumes that are plus size, but the thing is, it's like having a Halloween costume. You have to invoke the idea, but it doesn't have to be massively historically accurate. That's not the point of a video. But there are a ton of very distinct era costumes available, even in plus size. Now, I know she is getting to the top end of plus size, which probably makes it harder. I think you get up to like 3X and costumes tend to run small a little. You're gonna have to start looking at specialist stores, which might be the problem she's having, like how she got the Disney costume from Torrid. And so I imagine era costumes might get a bit harder then. But when you look on Amazon, you can see a lot of plus size costumes, and she could definitely take advantage of that. Even if she was like, okay, this bit doesn't fit, but these pieces do, and it kind of gives the idea.
Really improvise.
Yeah, you can.
So what I'm having is these guys are amazing, okay? I wish I had more light.
Why isn't the light on?
Give me a minute.
Is this just occurring to her? Turn the light on. Is the bulb gone in her room? Because I tell you, I had to call maintenance in the other day. The reason that my videos are fairly echoey is because I film these in my living room and I've just got tile and hard wall, but my ceilings are super high. I need to get a microphone or something. But my ceilings are super high, but that means whenever the bulbs go, I have to call maintenance because I'm really scared of heights, but I don't have a ladder or anything. And so they have to come and do it. It makes me feel like a child. I was like, sorry, my light's gone. But the one in my kitchen blew the other day. It was awful. So I imagine they both struggled to change bulbs in that room. Their ceilings are quite high, aren't they?
All right. Wait. I come all around
Seriously?
as orange.
Why was that the choice she made? Okay, genuinely, I think there might be something wrong with our bulbs. Maybe the lights have blown.
Oh well. Whatever.
Could you imagine her trying to climb on that counter even if it was clear to reach the bulb?
Ooh. These are yogurts, Liberty Greek, and
Oh, my stomach just
on
growled
this
really
side,
loudly.
there's like a little...
She's had these before, but she had these before when she was doing her health kit. Do you remember when she bought those microwave meals? And then these were her healthy snacks, because even though they got a fair amount of sugar in, it's a yogurt with some chocolate bits. You know, compared to some of the other shit she eats, it was progress. And in her new video, she was saying she didn't want to go too much of a burrito, so she kind of recreated it, and she hadn't put the rice and stuff in. And I'm just like, as much as she doesn't really eat healthy, it does seem like she's making an effort to an extent. I know she just did that pizza mukbang, but when you compare it, you know, she's really, either she's working very hard to present it because of the whole reporting her channel thing, or she's actually, with the doctor's appointment, we still don't know when that colonoscopy is, but with the doctor's appointments that will probably be around that, she might be trying a bit harder. We don't know which at this point, maybe a bit of both.
Pieces of dark chocolate and almond, and this is vanilla Greek yogurt, and you mix it. It's so good.
I mean, they're decent. I've got friends who eat those and they like them. I'm not a huge yogurt girl, to be honest.
It's better than those Kit Kats.
That's a lie. It's yogurt, but it's not better than chocolate. But it's got chocolate in it. It's decent enough. It's fine. I like lemon yogurts if I'm gonna have a yogurt. I don't very often. I'm one of those people who buys them and they rot in the fridge. I want to be a yogurt person.
No, someone else is in Wales, not me. So, yeah, we had meatloaf. I love meatloaf.
Yeah, apparently.
Nice snack. Yeah, it's not bad, Trevonda. It's pretty good, like when you're craving something sweet.
Why are you working so hard with that?
No, Pizza's awake. He goes to bed. We're like night owls. We're vampires.
I got the
Jason
little...
avocados. Hi. Iced coffee at this hour. I guess it doesn't matter. Hi, Jen.
I'm literally drinking coffee.
Yeah,
right
we
now.
had some frozen French fries
Oh, a light
as
snack.
a side dish.
Oh, with the meatloaf. I thought she said I just had, and I was like, well, she's using the deep fat fire at least, but that's not really a light snack at 2:30 in the morning. But I misunderstood. I apologize.
So, I was just talking about the time warp, so I'm kind of out of like, I don't know what to do, because like if you do like, hi Sharon Smith, 90s, like the more recent the eras become, the iconic nostalgic foods are like processed and like,
I don't actually agree with that. There's a ton of recipes you can get from the era, especially it wasn't that long ago, or at least humour me that it wasn't that long ago because I'm feeling old. But it wasn't that long ago. There are plenty of dishes you could look up, you know? And you just look around a little bit. You don't have to go for the processed crap. And why
I
do you
think
have
people
to...
want to see me cook something original and interesting.
I would agree with that. I think rather than, like, when she did her 90s mukbang and it was like Doritos. It was literally Doritos and not SpaghettiOs, but the Canadian brand version of SpaghettiOs. And I was like, really? And I think a lot of people were like that, which was a shame because there are parts of her mukbang series, her Time Warp series that I actually really enjoyed. Her 20s one, she looked magnificent. I loved it. You know, so I like the costumes, I like the things, but you can get the effect and you don't have to do something recent. I know it's more accessible, but you don't have to. Go back in time, find some of the interesting stuff there. You've got literally the whole of human history. There's a lot of subject matter there. You can find something.
Not like, you know, microwave a bunch of corn dogs.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
The Depression.
Yeah, Depression era.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, I was thinking of doing that.
You could do that.
There's a lot of good
like the
Depression
food
recipes out there.
Exactly. So that's one video right there.
Historic events. That's a good idea.
It's not a bad idea, but what I would say to her, because she always flounders when trying to explain the history, I'd either say, okay, this is a little bit of the history of the dish, but and kind of leave the event out of it a little bit because she doesn't tend to do it justice or research better. But she could, like the decade stuff, there's so much you can mention, she frequently fails to mention it. But if she were just focused on a particular dish in a particular place, like, oh God, I don't even know. I was watching an episode of Great British Bake Off once and they were talking about the wedding cake at Queen Victoria's wedding. Obviously, I'm not expecting her to do that, but she could pick an event, a famous event within whatever time frame she wanted and look at something that was made for it. For sure, that would be an interesting thing, and it would require research on her part, but it would be a bit less pressure than trying to encapsulate an entire decade. And would also give her more opportunities to get, like, if something happened in 63 and something happened in 64, she hasn't already done the decade.
Jane Austen's, yeah.
Yeah, you could do that.
That's a good idea. Joe, remember that.
Kind of Regency era food, and there's so many periods you can look at. You can go to Edwardian, Victorian. There's so many, guys.
Pulp Fiction, yeah, that was fun. You love the...
I didn't love the Pulp Fiction one, guys. I didn't.
I have a litter box here.
If you're going to do it, choose... I don't want to say a more iconic film because Pulp Fiction clearly is very famous, but I would say choose a film that is more known for its food. You know, go like if you're gonna make your own chocolate, if you were using like the film Chocolat as an inspiration, like something that is defined by the food rather than Pulp Fiction where the food was a scene.
Beside the patio. Because we have 2 litter boxes now because BB June's she's older and she was making messes.
Oh, good. Cat shit talk.
So the vet said to get another litter box. I don't know how Peach puts up with all my weird.
I mean, God love him.
You volunteer with ARF?
I mean, maybe.
What's ARF?
Maybe you're just both each other's kind of weird. Maybe it's a match made in heaven.
Gone with the Wind?
Oh my God, you guys. I mean, I think she would struggle to find a costume for that, but could you imagine? Ringlets in the hair, I do declare. Be awesome.
But it's a very controversial movie. Yeah.
And it's a bit difficult for her being labelled a racist now to be talking about the movie. It's gonna lead to some conversations.
You know? Hi, Sam.
And you can imagine people running with it. You want to go with the wind? Racist!
You weirdo! You weirdo!
I think there's a certain lack of self-awareness in her sitting there rocking in a demonic voice going, "You weirdo!" Be careful what you accuse them of. I mean, maybe check a mirror first.
Yeah, I have my chat age restricted.
Just being careful.
They were going to the bathroom, like not him, but she was going outside of the box.
I mean, the only time I've ever experienced cats going outside the box is because it's dirty. Because cats are very clean creatures, and if they go up and it's dirty, they're going to go somewhere else. I'm not accusing her of anything, but be super careful to keep the litter clean, and maybe you'd have less accidents, but I don't know the situation, so.
If you ever get a dog, I don't think I'll ever get a dog.
I do not think she should get a dog. Cats are fairly self-sufficient, but you would even a dog that didn't require a lot of walking would require some. And I think with her being so physically limited, the potential for negligence in a dog's care would be so much larger than for a cat.
Thanksgiving for you guys, eh? Jessica, hi. Do you prefer stuffing or mashed stuffing? Stuffing combined with the mashed potatoes and gravy. You have to try it.
Oh, I feel like she did that before and she was like, oh, I'm going to have this dinner, and she ended up binging on like a whole box of it.
That's a cool idea, Natalie.
What's she doing right now?
Tomorrow's Taco Tuesday.
Salmon out.
But I have, I gotta do my hair tomorrow. Look at this.
My goodness.
I've never had purple potatoes. Do they taste different? Probably not, huh?
I tried purple potatoes when I was in Japan, and when I say purple, I mean like Crayola purple, if you've not seen them. The ones I tried tasted quite smoky, but I don't know if maybe they'd added something to it that had a smoky flavour. I don't think that's naturally the flavour, but I could be wrong. It's been a very long time since I ate them, but they're surprisingly, slightly, startlingly purple.
I think I'm just gonna shove everything.
Oh, did I do something? I don't know if that was a skip or if I accidentally skipped it, sorry.
Yeah, LOL, no. It's not that bad. We're not gonna get another cat until one of them passes away, which I hope is never.
Glad she added that, because it seemed like she was gunning for it.
Thanks, Natalie.
What is
Nobody
she?
here.
I don't understand what she's...
What?
She said there were little chocolate bits. Is there something chewier in there? Because she is slopping that yogurt a lot. Like, it's yogurt. There's nothing to chew, really. And chocolate doesn't take this amount of... So I'm not sure what else is in there. Maybe she's got some dried fruit or something, but this is quite loud for a yogurt.
Est-ce que tu n'es pas fatigué, Mary? Parce que je suis vampire. Et je dors toute la journée.
She is a French-speaking queen. I am not a French-speaking queen, so somebody tell me if that was good French or not.
I think I'm a vampire. I swear.
You just have no proper structure in your life, and the fact that you eat crap throughout the night messes with your sleep schedule, the heavy eating of the unhealthy food, and you've got no reason to be awake in the day. That is the vampirism you're talking about. It's just your own lack of schedule and healthy eating and healthy lifestyle in general.
Today, I had a bunch of shit to do.
Like clean? Try clean.
And with my anxiety, it's so bad. It's so hard.
The thing actually, I'm just going to preface this with I realize that it's different for a lot of people. I do not suffer, well, I get anxious, I don't have anxiety, I'm not diagnosed with it, but I do notice myself in certain situations feeling more anxious about things. But one of the things I feel more anxious about, one of the things that sets me off so that I'm more anxious through the day is starting in a pigsty. Like, I come into my house sometimes and if it's really cluttered, I'm just like, I can't settle with it all around. So I can't imagine her environment particularly helps her anxiety. Because I know, speaking for me, I obviously can't speak for her and her condition, it just makes it worse. So I feel like if she really got down and did some decluttering and kind of organized it, not only would she feel a sense of accomplishment, but you know, your environment reflects your mental space reflects your environment. It's all connected.
So I did what I had to do, but it was during the day. I came home and I slept. And at 9 o'clock, I bounded awake, just like, bing!
I'm trying to get...
energy. I swear, I get energy from the night.
I guess she's counting this as a new day. I'm trying to get a hold on her timeline. She said she had to do it during the day. And she's awake all night, so maybe she just stayed up all night, did her thing earlier in the day, and then came home and slept. Because she said, oh, this yogurt is actually kind of like lunch, and it's 2:30 in the morning right now. So, sorry, you're going to hear that. So, I guess she must have eaten when she woke up at 9 p.m. and then this is why the lunch fits in. I don't know.
I started cooking dinner for Pete and I.
Well, that was a breakfast then.
I'm in a vicious cycle.
Yeah,
I was getting
genuinely you are.
For a little while. Hi, Lucky Liz. At like 6, 7 in the morning.
You should do that for a few days and it was going well.
I think mentally I do feel, in a way, it's weird, like, physically better when I get a good night's sleep.
That's not weird.
But
that is your body. That's what your body's supposed to do. It's not weird.
COVID is bad here, so we're not going on a
you
little
just realizing.
trip. You know, I want to try to do things that are like different for videos and like vlogs and stuff, and
we would appreciate that. And I know that you're desperately trying to diversify. We would appreciate that as an audience, I think. Now, how different that trip was going to be, because she did say they were going to go to a hotel and test the room service menu, was what she was planning on doing. So how different that would have been from eating at home, I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out at some point, if not now. But a change of scenery wouldn't be a bad thing. Although I think it would be a waste of a city if she wasn't about to go out and see it wherever it was. But if this is the first sign of her taking COVID seriously, that would be lovely.
Food reviews, and there's not really much to do here. Well, we found some drive-through things to do for the holidays, which is good.
Why does everything have to be drive-throughs? You're saying you're a foodie, and of all the things you could think to do in the holidays, drive-through is where you went? I mean, yes, you can go and you can test like the new Starbucks coffees. You can test the seasonal items. That's a thing. That's a thing that food people do. But if anything, like when you are, even if you don't like regularly bake all things, usually during the holidays you'll give it a stab. You know, if there's a time to spend a little bit more time preparing recipes at home, it would be the holidays. You could do a lot of cooking here. You know, it doesn't just have to be eating out content. And again, she says she's into beauty and makeup. And when was the last time we saw a makeup video from her, really? We've seen 1 or 2 Lush hauls, but a long time ago, she used to do like a holiday look in around this time. So we're not seeing any of that content. And when she was feeling lazy, it would just be like, okay, put your makeup on. And that would be actual content she could do, especially if she's looking to get away from food content occasionally to defend herself a little bit. But we don't see it.
Christmassy thing, so I think we're just going to stick to that. The hotel we were going to stay at is like a 4 or 5-star hotel. And I did research before anything. Like, they have really good sanitation measures. Like, they book the room 72 hours apart from each other so that the room is at least vacant for 72 hours before you occupy it. They wrap everything in plastic, they sanitize everything, wrap everything in plastic. They have these like ionizer sanitation things. They go around just like sanitizing everything, especially the like public areas, and you have to like.
Is this a lead up to her changing her mind and going anyway? Like, you said you're not going because of COVID already, unless I misheard her. But like, okay, they're a safe hotel. It sounds like they're going to a lot of effort, but that still doesn't mean you should do it, you know?
They have like contactless check-in, and so it was like, it felt safe to me because we were just gonna stay in the hotel.
That's what changed your mind?
Going to like the aquarium would be a bit risky because there's a lot more people.
Yep.
But when you're in your own hotel room,
I mean, she does have a point there. If she's going from home, she's driving in her car, she has contactless check-in, and then it'd be such a waste, but if she stayed in her room and just ordered room service, I wouldn't think it would be a particularly fun holiday, but it would be safer than her walking around a new city, which is what I think the government is trying to avoid, you know? But I suppose she doesn't have that much contact with people, so.
I kind of wanted to do like a hotel, like a review of like a 4-star hotel and stuff like that, like do a tour of it and stuff. I like hotels, like I really like hotels. So I wanted to kind of make that like a little series, but I guess
the last hotel we saw her in was that Depression New Year thing, or was the one when she had to get her apartment fumigated after that. But for someone who likes hotels, the one she was in seemed pretty generic.
during COVID, it's not the best time to do that.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're just gonna like stick to the drive-through things for now.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
No, DR.
Sorry guys, I've just realised when she said drive-through, she wasn't talking about restaurants, she was talking about like, you know, the Halloween drive-through she did. Okay. I was not giving her enough credit, I apologise, I've just realised what you meant.
I was way out of the question. You know, like, I'm not going to another country right now.
Oh,
so,
yeah. I mean, you were never planning to,
I'm just
let's
gonna
face
stick
it.
to that and, you know, sanitizing Dorito bags. I mean, no, I don't really go that far, but I mean, hey, it's probably a good idea. Yeah, I have Becky B's World. I have it on age restrictions, so it's you can't donate money.
Why is that
So,
on age restricted?
Have my water?
I mean, what is it about? I suppose they don't want to encourage porn on the platform, I suppose would be the answer. But I'm surprised that if you're saying, okay, adults here, adults can donate money. If anything, it's better than saying, you know, okay, it's all open in case a kid accidentally sends something he shouldn't.
What time is it in Canada? It is the same time as in Boston.
Which is what? Instead of saying that, just read the effing time. So now, unless that person lives in Boston, I mean, I know it's a time zone. If you live in that zone, you'd know. But I'm an international. I don't know what time it is in Boston right now.
I just changed it. Coastal Candle Company, just for tonight.
Oh, excuse me.
Just in case we talk about things that are
I'm riveted, I promise.
more adult, like, you know what I mean? That's not appropriate for children, so that's why.
Question, if she restricts the live stream, I thought that just stopped kids from commenting, not kids from listening. Or is it if you're between 13 and 18, you just can't watch the stream at all? Let me know.
Yeah, COVID's been a nightmare. I'm Mystical Cat, the cat, and Pete's is a vampire too, yeah. Hi, Angie. I don't want to drink. I've had this bottle of rum for,
When did she use that?
well, since my Titanic video.
Oh,
I just-
yeah. She made that cocktail with the iceberg in it. I was like, oh, appropriate. Oh, I am not a drinker really, so when I came here and it's a dry country, it didn't matter too much. But I'm strongly feeling the idea of implementing day drinking when I get home for the winter. If there was ever a time to start, I'm just going to sit there drinking cocktails and eating bacon sandwiches.
I don't really like drinking anymore. Probably because I'm like afraid to with medications I'm on. I don't want to feel even more depressed.
I hadn't even thought of that. Forget the depression, like how it interacts with the medication. Yeah, that's a good call.
Did Pete work from home before? No,
Oh, wait.
he didn't work.
Sorry. I know I keep stopping. She takes, I mean, we haven't seen her do it too much recently, but she takes THC recreationally. So, what, oh, recreationally, or was it something she was prescribed? I'm not sure. I feel like it's legal there, you can just go buy it. So she wasn't concerned about that interacting with medicine, or does it not? It feels like anything that puts you under the influence probably shouldn't be taken with medication. Maybe I'm wrong, I've never taken it.
It's just since COVID, but it's permanent now. Oh, did you, Angie? Did you use the egg whites and everything? It's really good, isn't it? You can't even really, like, I could totally get smashed on those. Those punch romaines, oh, they're so good.
They look decent when you
I need to make more of those. Yeah, we're just gonna stick to holiday things that are like drive-through, kind of like the Halloween, but like really nice Christmas decorations. Hi, Blondie.
I mean, it could be pretty, but I hope that's not all she does. I hope she learns a little from Vlogtober, and I mean, it's Christmas. It's fun to do things in the house at Christmas, and especially, I guess, with Canada being full of snow when the time comes. There are so many things she actually legitimately could do in her apartment for that.
Homemade soda, Amanda. It's funny you were saying that. I was thinking of buying like a soda stream.
Oh, please don't. How many appliances has she bought recently? Like, she had the deep fat fryer, she had Cuisina something, she wants the soda stream, she bought the Instant Pot. You wonder why you've got no space. You've got so many kitchen appliances. Think about what I mean, yes, you can make soda once, but let's be honest, how often do people really use the soda streams once they've got them? There'll be the odd person here or there that uses it regularly. But it's like when I bought a sandwich toaster in my last location. I used it maybe 4 times, and then it just lived in the cupboard.
Because I find like my system is even more messed up now than ever, like my stomach.
Well, you've been abusing it. Why are you surprised?
So, like even just over the past like week, it's been really.
Bear in mind, over the past week, she had that enormous meatloaf, which now seems to be gone. She made another one, which she's consumed. She's had that pizza. And what else? Today she had that big ass burrito, but this is filmed before that. I can't remember what else we've seen her eat just recently, but we may have the answer. I don't think it's a mystery as to why your stomach is hurting.
Or without a gallbladder. A long break before I can eat something else, which is probably a good thing, obviously. But things that are like artificial just really, really make me feel sick. Even like things in soda, you know.
Forget the pounds of fat and cheese she eats. Clearly, it's the soda.
Artificial flavors and things. So if I bought like a soda stream,
no,
I could make sodas with like real juices and stuff like that.
And then I could just eat all the junk and be fine.
As like a treat, you know? Korean corn dogs.
Yeah, that's what her stomach needs right now. More of those Korean corn dogs.
Quick meal. Takeout. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, seriously. You're not kidding.
Homemade quick meal. Well, there's that pasta. Anything pasta with like vegetables, some olive oil, some herbs. That's pretty quick and easy. You just like boil the noodles.
My default is eggs.
Get a good
when I'm just
oil,
lazy.
Saute some fresh garlic and some cherry tomatoes and spinach and mix it all together and put some fresh Parm cheese.
No, as she's saying that, she's becoming more enamored with it. She's like,
I had a hissy fit on the coldest water bottle, so I'm drinking Yeti now.
Yes, she did. She had a hissy fit where she basically told them to go F themselves because they support bullies on the channel. It's like, wow, okay, yeah, way to shoot yourself in the foot.
Becky, how do you make money on lives?
People send it to you, but you've stopped that now. So
I don't know
clearly she's thinking ahead. It's like she insulted her sponsor and she's shut off her live chats.
I make money. I probably won't make money on this live. It's not just about the money. I guess tonight is just about hanging out with you guys and what am I gonna do today? Good question. Hi, Don Marie. No, I have to, I want to do a video today, and I have some medical stuff I have to do.
We still don't have a date for the colonoscopy, by the way, but going by the burrito that she ate in the next video, I'm guessing that was not the medical stuff she was talking about. Like, she would have to do a pre-colonoscopy diet anyway. She's clearly not going for that, but I don't understand why she mentions the medical stuff when she's not going to explain it, because it's just going to add fuel to the fire.
Kylie Minogue has a new album. I haven't listened to her since that song. You know the
What
one?
song?
Na, na, na. I just can't get you out of my head.
Isn't that like 2000 or 2001 or something?
Disco. Oh, I'll have to check it out. I think like any videos that are not eligible for monetization, you can still make like a percentage of money off of YouTube Red or whatever.
I feel like that's true because they're paying the app not to be there.
Torrid, so they're gonna be here soon. And
oh, is this the Betsy Johnson stuff?
I don't know if it's still on, but they have this sale right now where it's like, if you spend $200, you get 50% off. Like, that's a good deal. And then it's like 40% off of, I don't know, maybe $400 or something.
So I'm hearing she spent at least $200 at Torrid, which, considering the price of Torrid, isn't even going to be that many clothes. But if she shopped in the sale, is it too soon for that Betsy Johnson stuff to be in the sale? Although she said it was sold out anyway.
Well, congratulations, Sydney, on your pregnancy. I love Torrid too. They have cute things. So I ordered just a couple. I didn't order too much. But
I bet you spent a fair bit if it was Torrid though.
Oh, really, Amanda? Yeah, it is heavy. What if you just eat a bit of it? Sometimes I find it's not what I eat, it's how much I'm eating as well.
I try give it up and see if that's true.
Do we have Black Friday? I think we have like Cyber Monday, or is that
We have, they call it White Friday here, and also just November as a whole has a lot of shopping deals on. Sephora's got their Beauty November going on right now, but it's because White Day is here, it's their kind of imported version. And we've just had Singles Day, which is 11/11, which is Memorial Day in the UK, so it's weird for it to be Singles Day here, but you know, because it's 1111. But in Japan, it's Pocky and Pretz Day because it looks like the biscuit snacks on 11/11, which again, when I first went out there, and I was like, but it's Memorial Day, man.
Everybody, we don't have the same Black Friday, but we do have deals, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of countries are kind of importing it now as a good sale opportunity.
I just ordered the red puffer coat from Puffer Coat. Peach should do a haul.
Oh,
Golden Girls tea, I saw that.
Peach should do a haul of what?
Oh yeah, it's bad for people. It can really trigger bad heartburn. I know what you mean. I get that too sometimes.
That doesn't surprise me.
It's not so much tomato sauce, it's salsa for some reason. Anytime I eat like salsa.
She's having reflux. It could be the chili in the salsa. The salsa is going to be a lot more acidic, I would think, and then with a little bit of spice because she does like a little bit of heat. But heartburn sucks. I'm sorry if she's going through it. It doesn't surprise me with the kind of things she eats, but it really sucks.
Ooh, acid reflux, bad. See acid in the, excuse me, big fast food chain in Canada. We have Harvey's. Betsy Johnson, yeah, it looks nice, some of the things, but very expensive, yeah. I wanted to get one of their dresses and some of their boots, but I ended up just opting for the sale stuff.
Oh, I guess some of it
I
is
got a
on
really
sale.
nice dress.
That'd be interesting.
For Christmas, if Christmas happens.
You can make your own Christmas. Some people were talking about kind of Christmas celebrations and things in my comments a few videos back, and I was like, it is 2020. You get to have Christmas from now until next April. You do as much Christmas as you want and you dress up for it. Guys, I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy one of those cheap ass, like, you know, ugly Christmas sweaters. I'm either going to buy an ugly Christmas sweater or I'm going to buy an actual, like, ugly Christmas dress. I'm doing it this year because Christmas is on a Friday, which means I don't have to do the work from home. I can actually just have the Christmas day and it's going to be awesome.
Oh my God, time flies, eh, Joe? I told Joe I'm going to stay on only till 3. Because it's late. I'm a little tired, but your cat's name is Ed? Aw, that's cute. I'm not really excited for Christmas, no. I'm not really excited for anything right now. I think the whole COVID situation has just sucked the joy right out of everything, honestly.
I would say that's right. It's been a stressful year, but I would say if you're going to celebrate anything, celebrate Christmas, celebrate the end of 2020 and getting it the hell out. I would say make your own joy and just enjoy whichever holiday you celebrate.
So, yeah, even though all those like precautions were in place for the hotel, I still there's just something, it won't be the same. It just, you know what I mean?
It definitely won't be, but man, if I don't want her to go to this hotel, but if there was ever, like, she seems so concerned about it now with all the other chances she's taken, it just doesn't correlate for me.
Chris Powell, why do you let Joe? I told Joe to time me. Not Joe's fault.
Why not just
Will we
time
see
yourself?
Ebenezer Beezer this year? Yes.
What?
I know, I need to,
Oh,
yeah, I
shoot,
saw
that
that
intro.
picture from Sam. And Pete and I are going to work on our little movie.
I won't be here for it, but enjoy.
No, the borders are not open, and they're not going to be open for a while.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Especially with, things are not good right now. So, Korean barbecue.
Oh,
No.
It's been a while. Korean
That's
barbecue is
something I should
delicious.
try, huh?
You should
I know,
try
Dawn
it.
Marie.
Although,
Hi,
with it,
welcome.
with it being Korean barbecue, one thing she would have to do, I think that is the kind of thing you would have to, because you cook it at the table, you'd have to be in the restaurant, which she can do, I think, with the restrictions in place in Canada at the moment. I think she can sit in a restaurant and do that, but even without COVID at this point, she hates being seen with her food. So unless she can order something already cooked, I don't think she'll do Korean barbecue just because of that.
Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. I should give everyone a welcome song, as long as they don't leave after.
Genuinely.
Or toilet paper. Oh no.
You're like, well, you know exactly what you're getting into if you stay.
Especially at the rate I use it.
Oh, thanks for that.
I want to get a bidet. But like, bidets are nice, but then you have to dry your butt anyway.
I mean, I would say Japan has the fanciest toilets, and they will wash, they will dry, they will thank you for using them, they'll play a little song. Like, and that was back when I was there, which was a while ago now. Like, there are fancy toilets in the world, but I don't think they would do the job for you, darling.
So, I mean, seen any good movies? No.
I miss
But I am watching The
movies.
Undoing. I'm so obsessed. It's such a good movie.
This is not a movie, but I saw that Netflix series that came out recently, The Queen's Gambit, and I actually really enjoyed it. I just binged it one night, and if you're looking for something to watch, I'd give it a go. It was also it was nice to look at. It was a well-designed show, but I also just enjoyed the show. I recommend.
No, I don't think people are recording anything here yet. Last time the things that were, you think the Sun did it. What Sun?
Oh, whatever show she's watching. Way to spoil it, dude.
The last things that were disappearing when the last hoarding happened was toilet paper, Lysol products, Mr. Noodles, really cheap like canned foods.
Yeah, the whole disaster food thing. But I would say, yes, things are tightening up again, but I feel like it's not necessarily going to trigger the same response because the vaccine has been announced, and even though there's certain deficiencies in the sense of we don't know how long it's going to take to produce, we don't know how long it's going to take to distribute. As I understand, the research that's been released is currently saying it's been tested on adults, so like children and pregnant women, they may have tested it, but I don't think research has been released on it, so I don't know if it's suitable for them. I was asking around because I teach, if you don't know, and so there's lots of different levels in my school, and the idea of kids coming back versus work from home, because right now, in theory, we're going back to work in building after the winter holiday, but actually we think maybe we'll end up being work from home for the whole year, because it's going to take a while to distribute, and we don't know if it's going to be applicable for our students or not. So, you know, it's there's a lot of questions there, but I think the fact that there is sort of light at the end of the tunnel in a lot of ways, and that we've just been with the pandemic for so long now, I feel like it will instill less of a panic response, but what do I know?
Lysol, I know, right? Can't find Lysol. You hear that? It's a bag wheezing. Oh no, Mimi, you have COVID?
That's up.
Cecilia Rios, hello.
My mom and my dad had COVID separately. They're
Oh
divorced.
yeah, I heard of that, Becky B. Frontline worker, yeah.
Oh,
Well, I
Thank
really
you for your
hope
service.
you are safe. Yeah, I'm not gonna stay on late tonight. I'll do another live another time, maybe earlier in the day. I can't even deal with people who don't think it's real. Seriously, I can't deal with those people.
Oh, sorry, I was trying to stop it. I can't deal with those people either. Like, genuinely, there is a woman in my work WhatsApp group that keeps sending videos on how horrific vaccines are and how to legally refuse them and all that stuff, and I got no patience for it. And because it's technically a work group, I'm really having to bite my tongue when I really want to be like, hey, you want to believe things, but stop giving them to other people, stop spreading this news, you know? Because I'm like, oh, near the end of the pandemic, you're going to start fear-mongering about vaccines. Get out of my chat. Leave me alone. and trying to hold my tongue when it comes to that, because it's a work environment, has been incredibly difficult. But the fact that she's saying this, she's like, you know, I don't have patience with that. Like, okay, great. But again, the way you've been speaking tonight, while it's nice that you're saying, okay, no, take it really seriously, the actions we've seen from you recently and throughout this pandemic really have really not reflected the attitude you're speaking right now.
You made meatloaf, and I can't stop yawning. So,
Go to sleep.
oh, good luck, Stacy. The test is horrible, isn't it? The thing they put up your nose. Oh my god.
I'm hoping, I don't know, like when I come back, I have to have a test because I'm not allowed in the country unless I can prove I've had one. And then I have to quarantine for 7 days when I get back. But I'm hoping they have just different types. Maybe they can do a saliva swab or something, because I don't want the thing up the nose. It looks intense.
Yeah, a lot of people have put on COVID weight. Look, Annie. I'm going
I have
tomorrow.
to. That's why I started going to the gym again. I was like,
I
I've
have
got
a
to sort
personal
myself out.
pickup tomorrow. I think it's Lush though, so I'm kind of happy.
Be nice. Like,
Yes,
as much as when she brings Lush, I'm like, oh really? But she tends to buy the same few products. But it's nice to see different content. It really is.
That's what they said too. It's like when really like a high dose of chlorine shoots straight up your nose. Oh, I feel so bad.
What? Is that what happens? A dose of chlorine up your nose? I kind of, on one hand, should research it. On the other hand, don't want to freak myself out by researching it, because I've got to go through it regardless. So rather than dread it for weeks, I'm just not going to look.
Feels really bad. Ew, Blondie. Really?
There are a few places that will do the test near me, so I'm going to just look at what kind of test they do for it.
Poop sample.
I had to, and that's going to be difficult for her because she has trouble controlling her bowels. Part of the visa process here, we had to give a sample, and that whole morning you're just like, oh no. You got to time things very carefully.
I have to give a poop sample. I don't want to do that. That's disgusting.
No, it's
Like, what do
it's
you
not
dig in
fun.
the toilet?
You can do it, but it's not fun.
My doctor said that if I have like C. diff colitis or something, they might have to do a poop transplant. I'm not even kidding. A poop
I've heard that.
transplant. I'm not putting anyone's poop in my body.
Trust me, if you have it and you start having, and like that's what's causing your symptoms, yeah, you are, because there's no way to fix it otherwise. Although I do get that that seems disgusting. But with how much she suffers, let's say for a second it's not the metric ton of crap she puts into her body that causes a metric ton of crap to come out of it. Let's say it's something else and an actual illness. Like, you'll do whatever you need to do, because the quality of life improvement, if you got it fixed, could you imagine? But yeah, it's an unpleasant thought, I'll give you that. I'm going to stop the video here because I've just skipped through and it seems like all they're really doing is talking about poop, and that's not my favourite subject. Okay, so this wasn't the most engaging of lives, but again, when you put it with the video she's just posted, it was 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. But I do hope she goes back to the time warps. I'm sitting here now just going, let's do the time warp again. If she does, that's going to be the title in my thumbnail. But there's seriously so much she could do with it. These things, when she says, okay, well, I've got no ideas, like, go and watch earlier episodes of the Great British Bake Off. But whenever they would give a challenge, like a technical challenge to the team, they would give a little kind of potted history of the dish, and that could be inspiration for you. I'm not saying straight copy it, but that could be inspiration for you. Go and search out other YouTube channels. I have one I'm subscribed to called Tasting History, and he recently did a pumpkin pie recipe from 1670. Like, he does really ancient recipes, and he does some other things. He did an election cake recently because obviously of the election, but he has a really historical bent on food and he researches it amazingly well. Now, the kind of research and the kind of archival information he uses to do these things, we're talking like serious academic research skills. Like higher education research skills, so that might not be entirely accessible to Chantal, but he shouted out another channel and I can't for the life of me remember what it's called at the moment. If you go, I'll link Tasting History below and maybe you can see it in this video, but it was a woman who still researches but more like gets old cookbooks in a more accessible way to someone like Chantal, and she does retro cooking from like 1940s to 1980s. So you could go and be like, oh, there's a ton of dishes here, let me go get some information, because she doesn't tend to do like fast food, she does actual cooking. And that stuff is still within living memory, so it's a lot easier to find. So you could do a level of research that is not maybe as difficult as Tasting History, but would definitely improve things. There's so much subject matter you can wade through there. So I really hope, I mean, I know it's hoping for a lot when it requires effort, but I really hope she does something with it, because it does make her content more interesting, especially when she's struggling for it, you know? There's a lot she could do, but she just tends to lack imagination. She falls back on the same one or two things. So anyway, guys, that's me done. I'm gonna see if I can edit this behemoth into something and then get it up tonight. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.